to April Roots. Nice to see you all. Look forward to chatting in the breakouts. And we got a show for you tonight. It's just the sort of weather for a stroll on Hampstead Heath. Forget the road umbrella, don't forget the clockwork teeth. Beggars shall be choosers though, the matter does not matter. Just wind those plastic tombstones up and let those fuckers chatter. There's no fool like an April fool. There's no fool like an April fool. Well, April is the cruelest month. There's no success like failure. Jesus plays Jerusalem and Hankel does Australia. An old joke. Dead drunk for a penny or a shilling for the booth. We danced all night for nothing much and I went to bed at noon. 'Cause there's no fool like an April fool. No, there's no fool like an April fool. Like an April fool. Hello, all you April Fools then. We've got lots of lovely people tonight. Possibly not enough women. But Sean's internet's playing up, so gosh, if only we had a Labour government, we'd all have free broadband by now, wouldn't we? And the pandemic would be over. Ah well, never mind. Yeah, right. Yeah. Onwards. It's a naughty night to swim in. You call this April showers. Judy, it's Paris in the springtime. Yeah, where are all the flowers? Rudy, first, left, second, right. Take away the number you first thought of. Here's your card, the ace of hearts. Bring on those hurricanes. There's no fool like an April fool. There's no fool like an April fool. Bring on those hurricanes. Bring on those hurricanes. Bring on those hurricanes. Here they come now. Bring on those hurricanes. Here they are.
Hi everybody. So it's been a whole year. Thank you Rob for keeping the club alive. Thank you Alison for putting the show together. Thank you Roger for sending cuddles from France. I will teach you. This is my new tenor guitar and I've just written this brand new song on this brand new guitar. So I thought I would play for you. It's called The Fairgrounds Been Closed All Year. Train's asleep, there's no lights on the carousel, and the fairground's been closed all year, and the sun's giving way to the light of a quiet moon. It's a haunting time at the end of the day. and the night it is full of sorrow and regret. Cold as a ghost calling card in the dark. Listen out for her footsteps in the hall. Listen out when she calls your name and says, come away from the window, come away to bed. Let me mend your broken bones, ease your aching head. Come away from the window, come away to bed. And let me love you, let me love you. When all your thoughts collide in a jumble in your head, and the night ghosts assemble out on the street. Take a moment to sigh, take a moment to reflect on why you're here, why you're here. Listen out for her footsteps in the hall. Listen when she calls your name and says, come away from the window, come away to bed. Let me mend your broken bones, ease your aching head. Come away from the window, come away to bed. From the window, come away to bed, and let me love you, let me love you, let me love you, let me love you, oh let me love you. Thanks a lot for listening, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Well, just look at this little dragon. He's not feeling very well. You're not feeling very well, are you? What's the matter? Oh, he's got a little cold. Oh, and you're feeling a little bit sorry for yourself, aren't you? Oh, look, he's... Okay, now to be honest, you have gone a funny colour. Oh, I see. Dragons are supposed to be green, is that right? Okay, anyway. Well, I've written a lovely little song for you called A Dragon with a Cold. And if we all sang along, that would cheer you up, wouldn't it? Yes? So can we all sing along with the song? Okay. He doesn't look well as he lies in his bed. He pulls the sheets right over his head. He doesn't want to fight the knights of old. He's a dragon with a cold. He can hardly get up, he's come out in a sweat. If he lived in a zoo, you'd have to call out the vet. His mum said, wear a scarf, but he wouldn't be told. He's a dragon with a cold. His wings have lost their flap. His joints need antifreeze. And he sets his cave on fire whenever he has to sneeze. wizard or any old thing. He doesn't even fancy an ogre in a role. He's a dragon with a cold. He's got a runny nose and a terrible chesty cough. And everywhere he goes, his lovely scales fall off. Dragon with a cold, dragon with a cold. He's a dragon with a cold. He's feeling cranky, a dragon with a cold. He's burned his hanky, a dragon with a cold.
I thought I might try and do a bit of a happy song because I never do happy songs, and this is a song by Loudon Wainwright and it's called Swimming Song. This summer I went swimming, this summer I might have drowned, but I held my breath and I kicked my feet and I moved my arms around. I moved my arms around. This summer I swam in the ocean and I swam in a swimming pool. Soaked my wounds, glory in my eyes. I'm a self-destructive fool. I'm a self-destructive fool. This summer I went swimming. This summer I might have drowned, but I held my breath and I kicked my feet and I moved my arms around. I moved my arms around. This summer I did the backstroke, and you know that's not all. I did the breaststroke and the butterfly and the old Australian crawl. The old Australian crawl. This summer I swam in a public place and a reservoir to boot. At the latter I was informal, at the former I wore my suit. I wore my swimming suit. This summer I went swimming, this summer I might have drowned, but I held my breath and I kicked my feet and I moved my arms around. I moved my arms around. This summer I did swan dives and jackknives for you all. And once when you weren't looking, I did a cannonball. I did a cannonball. This summer I went swimming. This summer I might have drowned, but I held my breath and I kicked my feet and I moved my arms around. I moved my arms around. This summer I went swimming. This summer I might have drowned, but I held my breath and I kicked my feet and I moved my arms around. I moved my arms around.
This is it, you said to me. Need to let our dreams be free. Walking through the valley, walking through the valley. In the end we know so well we can be like heaven or hell. Walking through the valley, walking through the valley. Put our best wishes inside and watch that balloon float up and glide, where we will exist forever saved from the abyss. Walking through the valley, walking through the valley, and float away with you above this place, so heartless and cruel. I want want to hold you. Take a deep breath and we might find a new way to stay alive. Walking through the valley, walking through the valley. In the end we know so well we can be like heaven or hell. Walking through the valley, walking through the valley. Put our best wishes inside and watch that balloon float up and glide, with all our hopes immortalized. Walking through the valley, walking through the valley, and float away with you above this place, so heartless and cruel. I want to hold you, I want to hold you. Float away with you above this place, so heartless and cruel. I want to hold you, I want to hold you.
Hi Roots people, hope everybody's well. Here we are, struggling ever onward. So this is a little love song really, and it's based on these chords, which I got off the internet, as you do. Musicians might recognise them. Really they're just an A, an E, a D and an A chord, but with this rather nice inversion, which I discovered when I was writing the song is actually the same as the Who's Substitute, which goes. Anyway, enough of that. So this is the song. Good luck. Got this piece of wood in my hands, some metal strings attached. Got a song in my head, gotta get it out somehow. I've got a feeling hid in my heart, I've gotta let it out. I've gotta organize my thoughts and sing it loud. Something about the way I feel about you, something about the way I could not live without you. Stuck on a planet, tumbling through space, stumbling through the Milky Way. Only wish I could say what I want to say. lost in the desert, drift in the ocean. So many things feel wrong. Only wish I could hold your hand, could sing this song. Something about the way I feel about you. Something about the way I could not live without you. Something about the way I feel about you. Something about the way I could not live without you. Thank you. Hi again. This is a song. It's a new song. It started out as a sort of a humorous song, and then it turned into a serious song. So I'm not sure if it's one or the other now. I think it might even be two songs, but I'm going to give it a go. You get two songs for the price of one. Might be 1.5 songs. I don't know. It's called It Makes No Sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyway, it goes like this. A bin full of vegetables, you make packet soup. A tub full of oats, you cook processed gloop. Double espresso cause you're feeling tense, but it makes no sense. Cold pissing rain, but the birds still sing. Why do fat chance and slim chance mean the same thing? Why can't Lois Lane see that Superman is really Clark Kent? It makes no sense. Yeah, and it's been a long time since a Minister for Education talked to a teacher or a parent or went into a school. Now, when did a Minister of Housing last visit a family of 6 in a 2-room apartment block in a tower block with a broken lift and a blocked up loo? It makes no sense. Why is phonetic not spelt the way it sounds? Does anybody know? And how does the man who drives the snowplow get to work in all that snow? Oh, why is 11 not pronounced 1T1? And we spend billions of pounds on nuclear weapons, but we can't afford to get my mum's hip operation done. It makes no sense. Why would anyone vote for a man who put a whopping great lie on the side of the bus to bring us all aggravation and pain? And he did it again and again and again and again. And if there's a God, tell me why would he bring such misery and pain to the poor and the starving, while the rich and the privileged bastards who live in the lap of honour, luxury and don't give a flying fuck about anyone
other than themselves. They live so well. Yeah. Maybe they'll go to hell. In God's defense, maybe they'll go to hell. That will make sense. And I've not got a way to end this song. Might finish it in the future tense. Does that make sense? Oh, I should have said quoi. Okay, bye everyone. Have a great rest of the evening and tomorrow and the day after. Hope to see you all soon, eh? Bye.
Hello all. Thanks for having me back. This is a new song. It's called You Know When the Next World's Coming. You know when the next world's coming. It's okay to know. You've done so much more than others. It's okay to go. It's okay, you know. Ooh. Leaving for us mere mortals will just make us sad. We've not filled our hearts with loving. Sometimes we've been bad. More times we've been bad. You're still here. You're still here. You're still here. You're still here. We don't know the next world's coming. We're not all that bright. We'll use all your inspiration to carry on the fight, to just make it right. Thanks very much. See you soon, hopefully in the flesh, you never know. Stay safe, everyone. Good night.
Hello, Portslade Roots. My name's Dave. This is a song called Silver Frames. Through the deepening fog of age, they catch his eye. Those silver frames, pictures from a time gone by. Her sepia smile to verify his song of love and regret of battles fought, and others yet, of those he lost and those he won, of winter snow and summer sun. Silver frames an open door into a world that went before, into a life that should have been, into a memory or a dream. Silver frames. If you could see behind his eyes, you'd know his dreams are only lies. For every day he comes to see these pictures that belong to me, he finds his dreams within these frames, holidays and children's games, all the things he never had in a life alone and sad. Silver frames an open door into a world that offers more, into a life that could have been, into a memory or a dream. Silver frames. I close the shop, he walks away. I know there'll be no sale today. What price can I put on dreams? What cost to me the joy he gleans from silver frames that open doors into a world unknown before, into a life that would have been, but it's not a memory. Just a dream. Silver frames. Thank you.
Recently, we've lost several people, both here and in the Midlands, that have suddenly made COVID a very sharp thing for us. This poem is called Goodbye, Old Friend. Goodbye, old friend. I thought we'd meet again. Look after yourself. Keep safe, we cried. We'll meet up on the other side. But we meant this pestilent curfew. We didn't mean the Great Divide. Goodbye, old friend. Things won't be the same. Your path through life is not like mine, but when we should chance to meet, you're pleased to show what you might find. A treasured view, a lilting tune, most aptly rhymed with perfect beat. But now your path through life has stumbled and left me staggered, not knowing where to turn or what to say, except goodbye, old friend. We'll miss you. I was wondering the other day, what would happen if somebody really entitled was watching these shows and then wrote in about them? This poem is called Ungrateful. So it's virtual folk night once more, and who knows what will be in store. All thanks to Alison. Raise a glass to her. Without her work, tonight wouldn't occur. The show is almost flawless, but there are just one or two. Don't want to be any trouble. We're so grateful for what you do. But last night when Rob began the show, and it was getting in full swing, 2 lorries rumbled past our house and we couldn't hear a thing. Could you just pop round with a sign to say this stretch of road is mine, and I won't have noisy traffic late or any lorries after 8. The show is almost flawless, but there are just one or two. I hate to be any trouble. We're so grateful for what you do, but as the show gets started and we settle in, we find our cushions are a bit too thin. And the evening loses a little charm if I don't have enough to support my arm. Could you pop round with a cushion that's new, all plump and red or nice pale blue? The show is almost perfect, but there's just a thing or two. I hate to be any trouble. We know the hard work that you do. On folk club nights to bring good cheer, I always like my favourite beer. It's the absolute best, I have no doubt. But recently it's been sold out. Could you pop down to the store and get the boss to stock some more? The show is almost perfect. There's just a thing or two. Don't want to be any trouble. We know the hard work you do, but I have a favourite make of crisps. To have them with the beer is bliss. But recently the shelf is bare and I can't find them anywhere. If you could check our local shops and find out where my crisps are stocked, if you let me know where they're on the shelf, I'll even fetch them for myself. The show is really marvellous and I'm glad that we stayed in. But can I just mention the raffle? Last time I didn't win. I'm always seeking the perfect night and I don't want to be foiled. So I always pick up on everything. I hate things to be spoiled.
Hi, I learnt this from the singing of Joan Baez. It's called Love Song to a Stranger. How long since I spent a whole night in a twin bed with a stranger, his warm arms all around me. How long since I've gazed in the dark eyes that melted my soul down to the place where it longs to be. All of your history has little to do with your face. You're mainly a mystery of violence filling in space. You stood in the nude by the mirror and picked out a rose from the bouquet in our hotel. You lay down beside me again and I watched the rose on the pillow as it fell. We spoke not a sentence and we took not a footstep beyond. Our 2 days together, which seemingly soon would be gone. Don't tell me of love everlasting and other sad dreams I don't want to hear. Just tell me you're passionate strangers who rescue each other from a lifetime of fears. Because if love means forever expecting nothing returned, well then I'll hope I'll be given another whole lifetime to learn. 'cause you gave to me oh so many things. It makes me wonder how they all belong to me. And I gave you only my dark eyes that melted your soul down to the place where it longs to be.
The stars fell from heaven to shine in her eyes. The wind made a home in her hair. She liked the day best when the sun rose to rise. When you looked, there was no one else there. And she'd run to the park and she'd swing on the swings, and she'd open her arms to the sky. And she sat at the back as the school took your wings and taught you not to sing or to fly. Well, she was always in favour of wild things. Wild things. Well, she was always in favour of wild things. Wild things. There's the top of the downs and the end of the pier, and the night bus that knows your way home. Then one Friday comes round with his breath full of beer and leaves her a child of her own. And the light's always on and the door's never locked, and the silence grows deep as dark woods, and the sun grows a skateboard as quick as a fox, bright Phoebus beneath his black hood. Well, she was always in favour of wild things. Wild things. Well, she was always in favour of wild things. Night's gone to bed and there's no one else there. She feeds the fox king from her window, and he lifts his proud head, turning into thin air when her son's coming home like a shadow. The stars fell from heaven to shine in her eyes, and the wind made a home in her hair. When the night's gone to bed and there's no one else there, the king of the foxes comes out of thin air. And she was always in favour of wild things. Wild things. She was always in favour of wild things.
I grew up in a coal mining community just south of Edinburgh, a place called Newton Grange, which is now the location for the Scottish Coal Mining Museum. And there's a general impression that such communities are a very masculine community, which is absolutely true. Only the men could work in the pits. And there was half a dozen pits within a 10-mile radius of where I lived. But I grew up with women, surrounded by them. I had 2 grandmothers, 2 aunts, a mother, and 4 sisters who were all younger than me. And when my sisters left home, my mother gave them bank accounts, a bank book, you know, old-fashioned bank book with money in it. And I said to her, "Do I get one of them?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Why not?" She said, "Never your mind, it's none of your business." And when your mother tells you it's none of your business, it's probably not. But a few years later, I asked one of my sisters, just casually, I said, "Well, what is it? What was it about those bank books, by the way?" And my sister said, "It was running away money." I nearly couldn't say that. It was money my mother gave to them, just in case the men they fell in love with didn't turn out to be quite as good as they should have been. I guess we have to face these kind of problems all the time, but this last 12 months it's been a bit like that sometimes, isn't it, for some people? Anyway, I wrote the last verse of this song about that. I don't expect to turn the corner, see a soldier holding a gun. Look up to the sky, see a drone flying out of the sun. And I don't expect to wake up to the sound of war, famine and hunger, wolves howling at my door. It just isn't something that happens to people like me. But I know that you know more than I. And I don't expect to be crammed on a boat, half afloat on a wild, wild sea, just to arrive to be told we don't want you here. It just isn't something that happens to people like me. But I know that you know more than I have. I don't expect to be scared walking home through the park in the dark on my own. It just isn't something that happens to people like me. But I know that she knows. Oh, I know that she knows. Oh, I know that she knows more than I, more than I, more than I. I've got to tell you, it's good having 4 sisters.
Hello Roots people. Today is Maundy Thursday and it's my birthday on Sunday, so double excuse for chocolates, and of course I've been thinking about Easter. This month I'd like to read a poem called Easter Day by Oscar Wilde. But first, I hope you won't mind if I tell you a personal story. I was brought up, as were many of my generation, to be Church of England. I was christened in the village church and confirmed in Canterbury Cathedral. Ironically, my mother disapproved of organised religion. She also told me never to trust a policeman, but that's another story. Anyway, my first husband was a vicar's son. His father was dead, though, when I married him, and by then my mother-in-law was married to a bishop. I was somewhat enmeshed in the church, as you can imagine, and I tried hard not to rock the boat. I wanted to be a Christian, and I had no problem with the, obviously to me, socialist teachings of Jesus. But eventually, of course, I not only rocked it, but I completely capsized the family boat and publicly rejected the church. The end came when the General Synod of the Church of England commissioned a report entitled The Church and the Bomb, which many of you probably remember. It discussed what stance the church should take over nuclear weapons. The General Synod is the C of E governing body. It consists of bishops, clergymen and lay people who support and help to run the church. Now, they had a meeting to discuss this report and they had a couple of votes. They decided not to oppose nuclear weapons per se, but they did reject the first use of nuclear weapons by the UK government. In other words, they agreed that having a nuclear arsenal could be a deterrent, but they felt nuclear weapons should only be used defensively. Now, as a committed and very active member of CND at the time, I was very upset that a group of Christians could think that nuclear weapons were in any way acceptable. But what I found horrific and completely unacceptable was that the decision to reject first use of nuclear weapons was not unanimous. There were Christians, bishops, and vicars who had voted in favour of dropping a nuclear bomb on a country, on other human beings, before it had attacked us. And never mind countries, countries are inanimate things. We're talking about people. We're talking about killing and maiming innocent people, since nuclear attack can't actually pinpoint military targets, and poisoning the land for years and years and years. After this, I wanted absolutely nothing more to do with this church, and I'm pretty sure Jesus would have left too. Something I learned recently is that Maundy, the Maundy of Maundy Thursday, comes from the Latin for command, mandatum, and refers to something Jesus told his disciples at the Last Supper. He said, "A new command I give you, love one another," not bomb. So anyway, the poem I'm going to read highlights the hypocrisy of the church, and it encapsulates my feelings about the difference between the church of today and the teachings of Jesus, whoever he was, way back then. Oscar Wilde writes about Easter in Rome. Easter Day by Oscar Wilde. The silver trumpets rang across the dome. The people knelt upon the ground with awe, and borne upon the necks of men I saw, like some great god, the holy lord of Rome. Priest-like he wore a robe more white than foam, and king-like swathed himself in royal red. 3 crowns of gold rose high upon his head. In splendour and light the Pope passed home. My heart stole back across wide wastes of years to one who wandered by a lonely sea and sought in vain for any place of rest. Foxes have holes and every bird its nest. I, only I, must wander wearily and bruise my feet and drink wine salt with tears. Thank you. Happy Easter, happy Passover, happy anything you want to celebrate. Bye.
Hello, this song's called Gold in the Dust. Interconnected black leaves on a sycamore tree. Stand here and gaze up and guess what its value could be. Interlock forever with bees, honeybee hives. Take a deep breath, the sweet, sweet breath of life. Value, 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 value us. Like gold in the dust. Hedgerows cut thinner, hedgerows that got in the way. We stand here and listen, songbirds don't fly away. Interconnected like the branches of an ancient huge oak. Richest, most precious times we'll ever know. Value, 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 value us. Like gold in the dust. Gone in an instant, just here, but gone in an instant. They were just here now, gone in an instant, gone in a blink of an eye. Gone in an instant, they were just here, but gone in an instant, just here now, gone in an instant, gone in a blink of an eye. Value, 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 value us. Like gold in the dust. Value, 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 value us. Like gold in the dust.
Hi, this is a song that the band does. I'm going to sing it unaccompanied. It's called Parasites, and I hope you like it. Let's see if I can get into it. What documentation do you need to be a parasite? A refugee, an asylum seeker, someone who's not quite right. The victim of a war somewhere, driven from your home to walk 1,000 miles plus and be totally alone. To be a child, a babe, perhaps innocence destroyed. To come into the UK and be shock, horror, unemployed. Or do you come from Ireland, or from Scotland, or from Wales, where jobs are also very scarce and the argument soon fails that every person seeking solace and a better rewarding life can only be a parasite who's come here to cause strife? And what if 1 or 2% are not what we want here? The other 98 should not have to live in fear of racial violence, abuse and hatred and deportation too. No, none of that, just the words that we all welcome you. Thank you.
Oh no, it's those Corinthians. Oh, what do they want now? They're always asking questions. What, why, when, who, how? So Paul writes them a letter. The bullet points are these. There's faith and hope and charity, and the main thing's charity. But Billy Bunter disagrees. Billy Bunter scoffs his hamper and says it's greed. Well, the post-war generation, they like to twist and shout. They still keep asking questions. Hey man, what's it all about? It's a murder mystery, according to Lou Reed. While John, Paul, George and Ringo think that love is all you need. But Billy Bunter disagrees. Billy Bunter scoffs his hamper and says it's greed. Ah, good old Billy Bunter, how he likes his tuck. For families using food banks, he don't give a fuck. Let them all build crack dens if their income's spent, while he's handing out our millions to his 1%. Oh no, don't ask the nurses why they're doing what they do. If it's for the 1%, they staff the ICU. Here's a volunteer rolling out the vaccinations. She says being human is about cooperation. Billy Bunter disagrees. Billy Bunter scoffs his hamper and says it's greed. Yeah, Billy Bunter scoffs his hamper, helps himself to your packed lunch, vomits, opens another hamper, how attractive, and disagrees. Blech! Greed. Blech! Bring me another blonde, etc.
Hello everybody. I wrote this song back in 2016, inspired, if that's the right word, by the words and behaviour of Donald Trump. The issues raised then are still as sadly relevant as they ever were. The locker room talking blues. I'm a good old boy, I'm one of the best. I like to swagger a bit, I like to get it off my chest. I don't understand why it's such big news. It's just a locker room, baby, the locker room talking blues. So why you picking on me? I'm just one of the guys, 'cause when we men get together, well, we brag and we lie. I'm a naughty little boy. big man's shoes. It's just a locker room, baby. Got the locker room talking blues. Testosterone, God gave me testosterone. So don't blame me, it's just my hormones. So they say it's violation, they say it's assault. Well, come on people, it's not my fault if some nasty women think that they've been abused. I got the locker room, baby, I got the locker room talking blues. Testosterone, I got testosterone. Just blame God for my hormones.
Don't you like the way that I move when you see me? Don't you like the things that I say? Don't you like the way that I seem to enjoy it when you shout things I don't care? Something's happening, it's happening right now. You're too blind to see. Something's happening, it's happening right now. Ain't got time to waste. Something better change. Something better change. Something better change. Something better change. Don't you like the way that I dance? Does it bug you? Don't you like the cut of my clothes? You like the way that I seem to enjoy it? Stick my fingers right up your nose. Something's happening, it's happening right now. You're too blind to see. Something's happening, it's happening right now. Ain't got time to waste. Something better change. 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 Something better change.
Something better change. Something better change. Something better change. Something bad change, 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 change.